Hey there, family. Welcome to Cooking with the Browns.
Here we are to do it one more time. Tonight we're gonna do some meatloaf, some creamy mashed potatoes, and some special seasoned broccoli florets.
Yep.
This is going to be delicious.
Absolutely.
Cooking with the Browns.
Cooking with the Browns.
Check it out.
Yes. We've already got our seasoning out. Already have started peeling some potatoes. So let's get started. Okay, this is the seasoning that we will be using for our meatloaf. We have the Heinz chili sauce, black pepper, breadcrumbs, kosher salt. We're gonna have some parsley flakes, minced garlic, and a little Italian seasoning. And then we will show you what we'll be doing to do the sauce. So now he's gonna do a half an onion. And how much butter, baby?
1.5 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna cook this down. The onions are nice and soft. Do this over medium heat. The butter is nice and melted. The onions are nice and soft. And then we'll proceed to putting all our ingredients together in our meatloaf. So we're gonna get these onions nice and soft. Get them completely cooked before we put them in our meatloaf mixture. Then we're gonna get a bowl and we're gonna put our meat, our eggs, our onions, and all the other dry ingredients. And we'll be ready for the oven. The oven has already been preheated to 350 degrees. So as soon as these cook down, we'll be ready to go. Be ready to rock and roll. Cooking with the Browns.
That's right, baby. Okay, now I am about to mix the breadcrumbs, eggs, and milk. And then I'm going to, how many eggs, baby?
2 eggs, 3/4 cups of milk.
So I can make a little mixture.
The breadcrumbs have already been pre-measured, and now your breadcrumbs.
Oh yeah, baby. Food Network, baby.
So
what?
chef,
It is 3 cups of milk.
real chef.
I am. He's trying to jinx me, y'all. I think I'm gonna put some shell in her.
I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm complimenting you.
And the pre-measured.
It's 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs.
Boom. So we're gonna mix it up because the recipe wants it to sit for 5 minutes before we put it on the meat. So I'm stirring up the mixture and going to let it sit for 5 minutes.
Yeah, when you let it sit for 5 minutes, it keeps your breadcrumbs nice and moist, which is gonna cause your meatloaf to be nice and moist. So we'll let that sit for 5 minutes before we add our meat, and then we'll add our onions and our other dry ingredients.
Yes. So we're gonna let this sit, and we're gonna move over here to the potatoes. Since we got the onions sauteed, already got the majority of the potatoes peeled. Gonna finish those, so let's move over to those. Every now and then we would do the lazy way and just get a box of potatoes.
Instant
potatoes. When I tell you every now and again, not too often, this time we said, oh yeah, no, we want those good old homemade potatoes. So my husband is doing what he does, and he is peeling potatoes. Once they're all peeled, we put them in a bowl of water. And what that do, babe?
soak and get some of the starch off of there.
Yep, get some of that extra starch off. Don't need that extra starch. So we're almost up at our 5 minutes. So let's get to
back on that meatloaf.
Get back on the meatloaf. But right before that, I'm gonna clean up some in the kitchen because you know we believe in cleaning as we go. Ooh, it's been thickened up too, y'all. Show y'all. It's been thickened. So,
you ready to add your onions?
yes. So, and y'all, I'm not even an onion person. Not an onion person.
Comes the meat. Good 80-20.
80-20.
Ground beef.
And they said just put it in just like that. Now, 2 pounds. And yeah, I'm gonna get in here and get dirty, so I gotta take off. My watching stuff. Cause you know, you cannot do meatloaf without getting in there.
We have the chili sauce.
That is 3/4.
It's a half a cup of chili sauce.
Half a cup. Take this off.
Half a cup of chili sauce, your breadcrumbs, your Italian seasoning, your meat, your sauteed onions, your parsley, your salt, and your pepper. And it's ready to go.
Cause he's pre-measured all of that. This is pre-measured.
Seasoning.
This is the parsley.
It's a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley, and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. It's gonna be so good. Hey, what is it? Cooking with the browns.
Cooking with the browns. Time to get down and dirty.
Ooh, I love the way you stir.
You see? Yeah. About to tear up my Pamper Chef. I don't even think they sell Pamper Chef no more.
Work it.
Time to get the hands dirty.
It's time to get down and mix it all together. With your meatloaf good mix, you don't want to over mix it, but you do want to use your hands to get everything good and mixed. All your ingredients, all your seasoning.
So make sure your hands is clean, people. Do not be getting people sick. Wash your hands when you're cooking. Often.
See, I'm doing it because baby has nails, so we don't want that meat under those nails.
No, please, no.
I think it's pretty good and mixed right now.
Yeah.
So now we can get ready to form our meatloaf. Put it in our pan. Or if you don't have a meatloaf pan, you can get you, put it on a baking sheet, put some foil on your sheet, and then form your meat. And then put your glaze over it and stick it in the oven. 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. You're gonna have perfection.
You're gonna have perfection if you follow the Cooking with the Browns recipe anyway. So, even though we have a meatloaf pan, our recipe actually called for a cookie sheet and foil, so we opted to do what the recipe said and use cookie sheet and foil. And even though our foil says non-stick, we still spray our foil just to make sure. So, gonna form it on the foil.
I think this would have been too much for our meatloaf pan.
Yeah.
2 pounds of meat. So I love me some meatloaf. After a couple of days, we have some left over. What time is it? Meatloaf sandwich. Yes.
That's gonna be a no for me. My husband make a sandwich out of anything. I think he wants to open up a sandwich shop on the side. But yep.
WB's unique sandwiches. Oh, don't worry, it'll be packed. It's already happening on Food Network. People didn't believe me my kind of sandwiches. You go to Bizarre Foods, you'll find it out on Food Network. They are doing it up. Stuff I had already come out with in my head, now it's sold in restaurants. Oh, that is beautiful. What you think?
That's perfect.
Perfect.
This is a huge meatloaf.
It's gonna be delicious.
Well, you will swear it's like 10 people that live in this house. Okay. We're gonna have to give some of this away.
I don't know about that.
If y'all want some, let me know. I'm sure it will be some left over.
I don't know.
Yeah, that meatloaf. It is huge. OMG. But we get ready to cook it. Ain't it pretty? Oh, you can see the flavor in there. Yes. Yes.
All right, we have our oven preheated at 350 degrees. About to put our meatloaf in the oven, gonna let it cook for 45 to 50 minutes, and then we'll come back and put our glaze on top, and we'll cook that for an additional 10 minutes and probably broil it after that for probably about a minute to get that glaze nice and glazy.
Glazy. I like that word. Okay, nice and glazy. Nice and glazy. Yep.
It's in the oven.
In the oven.
Dice up these potatoes so I can boil them and get our mashed potatoes going. They're gonna be so delicious. Using the Yukon Gold potatoes. I like the Yukon Gold. It has a natural buttery taste versus the russet. One of these days I'm gonna be like Benihana. My slicing game's gonna be on point. Not today though.
Please don't try today. Please don't try today. We want to eat and not be in the emergency room.
I'm actually using a 5-pound potato bag. It's more than baby and I just gonna be eating. These are gonna be so delicious.
Now this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of minced garlic to be added to the water. And a little salt, so I'll measure this out into. Alright, and a little salt, already put the salt in there. So now, just gonna let these come to a boil and move on to the next step. Okay, family, while we are waiting on the meatloaf to cook, the potatoes to cook, boil, we're gonna go ahead and make the glaze. So it's gonna read me the measurements for the glaze.
3/4 cups of ketchup.
So this right here.
Yes.
So.
One and a half teaspoon white vinegar.
Make sure it's out. Make sure you got all of it. 1.5 teaspoon white vinegar. Okay.
Well, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
I don't know about y'all, but do you, anybody else brown sugar just be just hard? You know, just hard. You said 3 of these?
2.5.
2.5.
I said 3 because I like brown sugar.
You see how you tried to make it extra
because
sweet?
I like brown sugar.
See?
Ah.
Cut it out.
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder.
Teaspoon. Garlic powder.
Teaspoon of onion powder, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of black pepper.
Y'all just wait until we get it our little gourmet, what is gonna be considered our gourmet kitchen. Honey, y'all ain't seen nothing yet, baby. Just wait. We gonna really be thinking that we cooking with the Browns. Y'all gonna be like, they doing way too much. Way too much. Just making up stuff and cooking. That's all right. Y'all gonna be making it up with us and cooking it.
1/4 teaspoon of salt.
So that's just like a
Pinch.
little pinch. Y'all know how y'all do. You like, this is right here. Y'all see that? Pinch. Nah. Mix it together. And once the meatloaf is ready, we'll pour it over it. Yeah, we made a large meatloaf, y'all. We might have to.
We might have to make it double that sauce.
Yeah.
Taste it and see what it's like, man.
Cause my husband done made a meatloaf for a whole football team, 2 pounds of meat. He thought y'all was coming to join us for dinner.
The recipe called for 2 pounds of meat.
For how many people?
I don't know.
How many people did this recipe say he was feeding? Okay, that's what I want to know. What is the serving? Cause let's see. All right, the potatoes have been boiled, drained. So now I'm gonna do the milk. And I already measured my butter, and it's 3 tablespoons. Gonna melt that down. And then we're about to mash these potatoes.
And the milk and butter, we don't want to boil it, we just want to warm it up.
So it's just...
And then once we warm that up and we add the milk and the butter, then we're going to add our sour cream.
Yeah. And I measured that. Doing some double cooking here. Now we about to pull this beautiful, beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Hey. All right, now it's time to put the glaze on. Let's see if we made enough. I think it is gonna be enough.
No, ma'am.
You don't think so?
No, ma'am.
Need to make some more?
Yes, ma'am. You gotta get it covered real good. This is not.
Oh yeah, no, it's not enough.
We want to cover it because we have a humongous piece of meat.
We made a meatloaf big enough. I know, y'all. Look how big this meatloaf is.
For just me and my family. It is not for a football team because I am going to be eating 2, maybe 3 slices tonight, and I'll eat.
It would not be 3
or 3 tomorrow. Depends on how the first 2 taste.
It will not be 3. His trainer will not approve.
My trainer's not watching this recording.
Oh yes. Oh yes, he will. So this is milk in the butter, and now we're about to pour this over.
Once it gets good and warm, we're gonna pour it over the potatoes.
Potatoes. Yeah. So good.
That's sour cream.
With a cup of sour cream already pre-measured. And of course, once we mix this all up and we see that we want some more butter, milk, cream, sour cream, we will add more to it. And just like that, family, it is time to eat. We have the meatloaf, the broccoli, and our potatoes. Yes. Yes. We are so ready. It's dinner time. Well, family, see it smoking. It's time to eat. Hope you enjoyed another segment of Cooking with the Browns.
Meatloaf, mashed potatoes, Parmesan broccoli. Have a good night.
Oh, let's take a bite. Oh.
Make you close your eyes.
Oh. Did you close your eyes?
Take you to another place.
Oh, it did.
Wow.
Well, we gotta eat, y'all, because we're hungry. We're real hungry.
Real hungry.
Love y'all.
Peace.
Bye.